Story number 1. My GF of 3 years cheated on me with a worse guy, and that makes me feel terrible. As the headline says, my GF of 3 years who I loved extremely much cheated on me. Her say is, we were having fight and had broken up, so she found someone in 2 months' time while I was hospitalized. I feel shitty because my backfire at her for the fight we had before my medical condition raised was him and his involvement level in her life, who she claimed as just friend. Worst part? He's way uglier, fails in exams, I'm among the top 3 rankers, a loner, and I am an extremely high achiever in general. We were great in bed too. I don't know where I failed. I feel shitty with the way she even told me this. I have been in some of her hardest times, unimaginable ones, and this is how it ends. Why do people have to be so reckless? All she needed was 2 months of my absence in her life to get together with a trashy person? Update 1, P's, talk to my mom. This would be complete closure when she knows about the bad doings of my partner. It's a sort of deal breaker to have my partner and mom not be on good terms for me. Got amazing advice, and that makes me feel better. I supported her during her bad times because that's the person I am, and she brought me enough happiness to that realization. My ex also made me realize how unconditionally I can love some and made me believe in my ability to love. There were patterns of my ex's chronic depression upon my achievements which she had spoken to my mom about. My mom told her that we should be happy in each other's achievements, but she could never be that. She distanced herself for nearly 20 days after every result, reasoning something or else. And I shouldn't be with someone who cannot celebrate my achievements with, especially with a person with extremely dynamic life in international policy, philanthropy and conservation. She deserves the person who can cater to her want to dominate and all-time freedom, and I couldn't be that person because of my ambitions. It hurts, truly does, because I haven't ever loved someone more. I don't know how long I won't be able to. I don't feel burdened when I'm awake because my logical brain functions then. But the moment I close my eyes, my chest gets filled with grief. And I guess I'll just have to deal with that for now. On a positive note, my mom says indeed my company made her ambitious, and the positive part I leave for her. It made me feel nice about me. Story number 2. I found my boyfriend's Discord bunny and him having some fun before I confront and leave. Hello. I, 22F, discovered my boyfriend's, 28 meters, Discord bunny. That's just what I'm calling her from the information I've gathered. My boyfriend and I have been together officially since May, so about 5 months. We're dating for a couple months before I asked him to be my boyfriend, and he agreed. Almost a week ago or so I had an ominous feeling in my gut during some times when he was playing games online with his friends, some female some male. I've never questioned his relationship with any of his online friends because I knew some were associated with his early friends, like his co-workers/childhood friends that I personally met, so I just wholeheartedly trusted everyone my boyfriend played with. And I also noticed a profile pic on one of his friends was a girl in a bra. I just tried to ignore it, thinking just because she's not wearing a shirt doesn't mean they're talking inappropriately. Hopefully he set boundaries if it comes up. I was wrong, skull, wrong as hell, skull. I clicked on their chat and scrolled all the way to the top. Spicy, half-naked pics of the girl flashed past my eyes as I scrolled while my stomach was in my ass. I was so disappointed. I thought he was different because he's the nerd. He always praised me, give me affection. But he was still calling her, messaging her that he was thinking of her on our trips, complimenting her body when she sends her half-nude cosplay pics, having dreams about riding in a car with her and her BF. But always telling me he never dreams or remembers dreams. I feel so dumb, honestly. I let all of my walls down for him and gave him my 100%. So after dealing with the Russian wave of emotions, I collected my thoughts and decided to sit on everything and make up a torture, revenge, then escape plan. I started asking him questions and telling him about what I found as if I was Case from a relationship from Reddit. I told him I saw a story about a girl who found her BF secret Reddit and Discord, then his Discord bunny, after I asked if he had anyone like that in his past. He told me no. After a day or two I told him she updated the post saying she read the whole chat and discovered the bunny as her own boyfriend and sent couple pics to her BF, my BF. Which is true, as my BF's Discord bunny has a BF that she is not hiding. Skull, skull, skull. I plan to continue to find new ways to try to keep him on his toes. I've started gaming more and playing with his male gamer friends, trying to find the bunny's BF since they all play together. I discovered that as well in the chat. I've decided that I'm going to tell the bunny's BF what had been going on because I don't believe anybody should be played like this. If you have any respect for them, and I would want somebody to tell me if was being played like this. But as for my BF, I don't know how long I'm going to play this game. He's promised me a lot of things, material-wise. And at this point I don't care if I'm selfish or petty etc. I gave him outs to confess without consequences, but he continues to lie. Woman shrugging, once I'm fully satisfied I'll tell him everything and move on. I just feel like he's too old to be doing this and needs to really learn. Lily, thanks for listening. Update. I found what I think it's the BFS gamer tag and I sent him friend requests on Discord too. I'm just debating about how to approach and how to even get into a chat with him without setting off any flags. But I'm content that he is a couple messages away now. Devilish face. I discovered the affair when I came home early to tell her about my diagnosis. Sarah and I were very young when we had the twins. They were a surprise but always wanted. So the twins are in their 40s and the grandkids are all teens and older. Christmas is a week-long affair every year. We spend Christmas through New Year on the farm. We go cut down a tree after everyone arrives. We decorate, cook, play, and celebrate as a family. Sarah and Steve have been a part of this tradition since I bought the farm. I remain steadfast in not telling anyone until after the new year. If I told Sarah, she would not be able to keep it in. I don't want to place Steve in a position to lie to his wife. I want the kids and grandkids to enjoy the week. We will have plenty of time to cry and prepare in a few weeks. Jane's presence this week will just be a small detail in the long run. Really, I don't care about her anywhere near the rest of the family. The finances are very interesting. Jane and I met and were married after we both were very established in our job and wealth. She had a good job with a great pension. She also had 2 inheritances that were in a trust. We agreed early on that we were both comfortable and we would not disclose to each other our entire worth, by her insistence. We also have a prenup where any property and/or trust that predate the marriage and any income from those resources are not considered marital property. Again on her insistence. Now I have provided both properties, housing, with utilities. I purchase the travel, food, and fuel. Basically, I support her 100%. Her income and wealth is spent by her on herself. She purchased her car, clothes, personal travel, and cosmetic surgery. She is a very beautiful woman on the outside but has shown she is very ugly inside. A few days after I got my diagnosis I announced my retirement from the nonprofit. Now knowing what I know, I noticed Jane was a bit uncomfortable. I can guess why. I will be around more often. So tomorrow is my last day of work. Now I will be focusing on spending time with the family. I gave the camera server info to my lawyer and gave him access from his office. So I don't know if they had activities again, but I would assume yes. Again, I don't care at this point. I know who I am and what is my worth, and AP is a big step down. As flashy AP is, I am low-key. I drive a 15-year-old pickup truck. I like jeans and t-shirts and coveralls in the winter. I know for a fact that AP does not have anywhere near the wealth that Jane thinks he does. How? Since the trust has invested in his business, I get quarterly financials. I don't tell anyone how much I have, that is between my accountants and me. But let's just say that the trust has been growing for 30 years. I live a modest life. And there is enough there for my great-great-grandchildren to enjoy the farm and have their education paid for. Once Jane knows what she lost, that will be her reckoning. I just won't see it. December really got busy. We did our normal social rounds these last weekends. AP was at one of the parties. It was hard to not keep an eye on Jane and him. I don't think I was caught. With being so busy and wrapping up everything at the job, I have had an easier time keeping it together. Jane has not expressed anything that would lead me to conclude that she knows I know. I am not proud of this, but I still sleep in the same bed. I have been selfish with her as of late. I feel like I am using her. But she has apparently been using me for at least the better part of this year. I am not as honorable as many of you have made me out to be. I hate this small amount of deceit. So don't worry about Jane getting everything, because she will not. The trust is in great hands. I have detailed instructions on how it is to be managed. Thanks to the comments, I have made plans in case my health turns for the worse sooner than I want or if I pass unexpectedly. I have also made plans to have in-home care when it is needed. Jane will not be my caregiver. If I become incapacitated, the lawyer will tell Sarah, Steve, and the kids. Jane will be blocked from me. All important papers, valuables, and whatnots have been moved to a safe location. Finally, I have also started letters to each family member, and Jane. Those have been harder than I thought. So I wanted to update you all before all of the festivities start. I might check in during the holiday week, but if I don't, it is planned and expected. Again, thank you all.